7:50 a.m. on this Monday morning, June 8th, 2026. Yeah, we are having our sort of somewhat sunrise this morning with forecasts of scattered showers. And of course, well, we've had the indications for precipitation through those rain colorations that we've been seeing an awful lot of here lately. And you know, once again, we have quite a little bit of so-called cloudiness off to the east around the rising or so-called rising of the sun. But as we spin around and look about, well, we do have some of this up overhead, but then going on down here to the western horizon, nothing really is showing up other than white haziness. Which of course, you know, it's through that white haze that becomes a permacloud of which we get our precipitation anymore. It does not come through in the form of so-called rain clouds of what we once were accustomed to. Okay? Now then, this is Monday. Yesterday was Sunday, which I am still uploading content from Sunday, and which has been doing the uploading thing all night long for 2 videos. And I have, of course, as you might have already seen and know, other interesting sights from Sunday night. Alright? Once again, you should already know this if you follow along with this channel. Now then, Sunday. What occurred yesterday? Well, apparently, we had old Pope Leo do a Sunday Mass, of which an estimated 1 million people turned out for this Sunday Mass. Wow. You think that might have been a blow to someone's super ego that feels that, you know, no one is better than he himself, the king of Tyrus, or the king of Tyre, T-Y-R-E, again, the spelling, T-Y-R-E, or you can put in the king of Tyrus, T-Y-R-U-S, tired of the U.S., right? Yeah, go ahead, do a little bit of research into that and see what you come up with. Yeah. Quite the blow to the super ego, I would imagine. No wonder. Why there's a little bit of animosity coming from the throne of this ruler against the ruler of Christianity, Pope Leo. Oh yeah, whatever. It's all ridiculous. And you know, these people showing up to see Pope Leo. Oh, what a farce. What did old St. Paul the Apostle begin? But of course, in his prophetic works and wordings, old Paul knew what was going to come to what the end result would come about from his works. The old Paul. Yeah, you know, when you really study that guy, find out what a farce he was, yeah, you might have a whole new viewpoint of Christianity, especially that of the Catholic system. Yeah, everything today is such a joke. It'd be a lot funnier if people actually knew the punchlines though, right? That's what makes a joke a joke. It's the punchline. Yeah, well, I guess this has gone on long enough as, once again, we're playing this ridiculous game with the uploading process through this pathetic platform. I've already gone to my cell phone provider for my monthly payment. Well, they asked me for feedback. Yeah, I gave them some feedback, believe you me. Just like I've been sending feedback to this pathetic platform. And of course they ask, what would you like us to send? An email in response? Yeah, do that. So I've submitted, what, 4 different feedbacks now? Have I gotten any feedback? So, again, you know, we're dealing with a platform that is very deceptive, willing to lie. Oh, not only that, I mean, in the past they've demonized me, and that, you know, that's why my channel's description reads the way that it does. I mean, I've got an email to where I can prove that this platform flat out demonized me, my content, and my channel by stating, oh, you have an unfriendly channel. Dude, there's plenty of food out there. And, you know, I'm trying to locate this so-called plasma ball of light, or plasmic ball of light, but there's so much garbage in the air that I can't see nothing but glareness in my screen. And I'm trying to pick up, you know, any type of colorations that might be appearing around, yeah, wherever that greater light is. Remember, according to the Bible, we don't have a sun nor moon. It's just the greater light and lesser light. Whereas, well, a few years ago, the wordings in the King James Bible did not state the light as many times as what it currently reads. I can no longer believe or put faith or trust in that book because I have observed the Mandela effect of the changes of wordings within that book of books. Many, many changes have transpired. So anybody that still wants to place their faith in a book that has mysteriously changed multiple words within its passages and verses, you might want to think twice. And think twice about the thing known as the Mandela effect. Once again, I personally observed one word, a 3-letter word, that was scrambled at the bottom of the page. The word was simply the. T-H-E, but again, it was scrambled. I took a second glance. It was no longer there. It had been reincorporated into a verse. I grew up having to memorize verses of the Bible. Many of those verses has, once again, changed. Even the Lord's Prayer has changed. So keep believing whatever you want to believe. But there is nothing worth believing in today other than possibly yourself. I am my own God. I shall have no others before me. I shall not bow down nor worship any god, man, beast, nor machine. Enough said? Good. Skywise out. 11:30 a.m. on this Monday morning, June 8th, 2026. Well, because of circumstances and situations of this day, I decided to conduct a little play. No, not a stage play, although, as Shakespeare had noted, life is but just a play when we're just actors or something like that, you know, whatever, just paraphrasing. But, oh, sorry. So, I got a little froggy and decided to do a little leaping. And I did a couple of Google engine searches. Oh, I can hear a jet aircraft someplace. Not sure exactly where. Man, it's so strange to see these directly right up overhead. But anyways, through my curiosity, decided to inquire once again through the Google search engine. In reality, does the common American have any rights or freedoms? Now remember, we are celebrating 250 years of independence. We got so much to celebrate, right? Because, well, as AI informed me, in which this is all what I've already known right along for very many, many years now. Google stated, oh, we do have rights on paper only. And it highlighted on paper only. Okay? And then, without me delving any deeper, and upon its own accord, it decided to explain so much further of why we have no real rights nor freedoms. um, enlighten yourself and do a similar search. On paper only. 250 years of paperwork. Legislative powers on paper. So many laws that it required a library. Yeah, controlling the weather, controlling the skies. Controlling our lives and lives through deceptions and lies. Yeah. And yeah, for some reason my camera is not complying with my touch. But then here I am one to say not to comply. Well, this platform definitely has not been complying with my wishes, desires, or demands. But, ironically, due to my interactions, all of a sudden, my content is getting posted. But I have not checked to see exactly what, because even though I've had 4 videos uploading all at once, the notification continues to say, well, it was saying uploading 0 out of 3. This platform is so screwed up with its artificial intelligence programming. But anyways, I just thought to show some more of this and do, well, a little bit more of a Monday maniacal rant without really going overboard, if you will. After all, I tried to provide a little bit of, again, enlightenment. Skyway's out. 3:25 p.m. I'm out here at the feeding ground, just provide water and food for the cats, fed the chickens, and now we've got a squirrel right up here. I didn't realize it, but it was in the feeding tree. I provided some seed. It watched me put in more seed, so I don't know if it's going to return or not. I think it might be foxy. But yeah, we've got blue jays. It's coming up to the table. Yeah, the humidity is on the rise. The air has quite a quality of stickiness to it. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, there. Yeah, she's back here. She's just one behind all of this. Might be able to catch her as she's still on the move. Yes, sticking to locations of which we cannot really keep track of. So Anyways, I need to get out of these woods before any of the cats should happen to track me down. Um, okay. Yeah, I'd call out to her, but once again, I don't need cats tracking me down. But anyways, I am going to step out of the woods. There's just going down this tree back here. I'm going to go ahead and step out of the woods. More than likely, I will be spied leaving, and that will possibly bring a squirrel back this way, as well as other birds, along with the blue jays. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what we've got going on. Yeah, I just caught movement up here. There we go. Thought we had some movement. You gonna come down for some seed? I think this is little black. I think it was possibly my little friend Blackjack that was mauled the other day and left for me to find. Yeah. That was quite difficult to accept. Okay, now I'm hearing cardinal. Well, I was not planning on doing, any nature content. Just wanting to make a quick mention of the squirrel, and we missed that squirrel, and here we've gotten this one. And all the while, once again, wanting to take in a little bit of the sky before I head back in. And now, yeah, the cardinal is someplace nearby. I might just go ahead and plop a squat for a moment or two and see what develops. Yeah, we should start experiencing a lot more activity out here due to the factor of the mulberries coming on. Oh, I don't know what that was. That was weird. Wow, okay. So anyways, um, squirrel's still up in here. I'm kind of squatted down right now, so I had an awkward angle for trying to capture that squirrel. And that's what that squirrel's doing, is feeding on the early mulberries, which are still very green and very, very tart to the taste. And it seems how we don't seem to be having any action taking place here at the tree. Where'd we go? Oh, okay. We'll go ahead and just look at this squirrel up here. Oh yeah, we got a lot of air activity going on too, and have been for a spell. And there's one currently flying overhead. So let's go ahead and step on out and take a sky observation, or take in a sky observation or two. And we'll end this recording. Alrighty, so continuing on. Yeah, not much to see. Oh, another major whistle there. Not much to see out here. Although we are getting the return of the sun. Let me walk out here just a little bit more and we will drop down this lighting. Might be able, I'd zoom in, but I'm not seeing any signs of the ring colorations anymore. But we got those as a so-called predictive sign for precipitation, which of course we have been forecasted for that now. Yep, there are more aircraft coming overhead as the skies are thickening. And appears as though said precipitation could be, yeah, moving in. Okay, that's it for now. Skywise out.